This is the Triad Teardrop. My Kung Fu lineage is full of drug dealers, thugs, and killers. When I started working with my Sifu, he said, I'm not going to teach you to use this if you might have to someday. I'll teach you to use this. And a big part of that is conditioning. So whether you're looking at something exotic like a chop choy or a phoenix eye or a buji, like a finger spear type of contact, we need to have the right bags to train that, and we need to condition our hands. So even if you're looking at bare knuckle work, right, we want to go through and have a way that we can condition our hands. On the outside of this, we have weapons grade satin. So when we're doing our conditioning work, we don't tear our knuckles. So especially if you're dealing with something like a chop choy, right, we want to make sure that we're not ripping the skin open so that we get more conditioning work and we can get our consistent conditioning work. On the inside, we have 1000D nylon Cordura waterproof. The reason is it's a very, very strong, durable fabric, and it's waterproof, so we minimize the amount of dust, because when this is filled full of peas or corn or beans, later on sand, we don't want to have dust and stuff like that kicking up, because it's just kind of annoying and it doesn't keep the training space nice and clean. We also don't want to be breathing it in. The shape of this allows for us to work what in Choi Li Fut is called a pow choy, right? Or what some of us just call an uppercut. We have this long round surface. This will allow us to go through and hit like a Sao Choi or just an overhand right. We can add whatever kind of angles we want to this. In the center, it is bulbous, so it's a little bit looser, so we can get a little more penetration on our shots, right? Forcing the wrist stability on those specialized fists. We hung this with a unique way. We used a traditional wrap and then a piece of webbing. We didn't use eyelets because we found the eyelets would eventually tear out, and this was the strongest closure. So we did everything that we could to make this the strongest bag possible. We have triple stitched nylon thread. It's actually red, and so that as you start to work it, it creates a nice contrast. There's high grade material. We reinforce the seams. How strong is this? I weigh about 200 pounds, and I can hang off it whenever I want to. Filled full of beans, this thing weighs about 35 pounds. And it's nice to kind of go through, get it moving, and work those angles. And it tends not to shake everything as much because the medium will absorb a lot of the shock. If you plan on conditioning your hands for martial arts, self-defense, or extending your career in the ring, check out the Triad Teardrop.